Hello my sticky toffee puddings and welcome to this video. Most people tend to overlook planning during their revision process, and that's exactly where they go wrong, because planning is so important for making sure that you know exactly what you're doing when you're doing it, and without it, that's why people don't get their dream grades. So as somebody who got all 9s at GCSE and A my A-levels last year, I'm going to be sharing exactly what I did to get those grades in a way that never had me pretty much revising over like 3 hours a day, I can't lie. And I was having great time with my friends. I was doing whimsical things as well, because I had planned it all out in a way that meant I was never stressed out for exams, and also allowed me to achieve these grades. So firstly, making sure that you have all of your exams down on your calendar. It's so easy, but I think a lot of people don't do this step, and that's how you feel overwhelmed and you start preparing wrong and things like that. So what you need to do is make sure that you have all of your exams on calendar, so you know which ones are coming up, and therefore you need to prioritize them. Also, for the people who are wondering, how do I prioritize what subjects to do? You know, I'm feeling a bit lost in terms of that. One thing that I did that I don't see many people doing, and particularly for GCSE, this is subject based, but you can definitely do it in terms of topic as well. But what you do is you list all of the subjects that you're doing and you give them a rank depending on the number. So I did 9 GCSEs. So I would give it 1 to 9 in terms of difficulty, where 1 is the most difficult. Then I would give all of my subjects a 1 to 9 in terms of importance. So English and maths will obviously be important because you need to pass them for jobs. Also subjects that you're taking for A-level, because you would probably need a high grade for that. So these are the ones that you would prioritize in terms of importance, and therefore 1 would be the most important. Then you add up the 2 numbers you've given each subject and then rank them again from the lowest to the highest number. And the subject that has the lowest number, you need to prioritize that more. Even if you don't like it, you have to prioritize that more, because it's more important and it's more difficult. And this is also quite important, where you have to prioritize subjects that you find harder. Even though I know it's so much more fun to go, oh, I'm good at maths, I just want to do my maths questions, I don't want to do English past papers. But you need to work where you're getting the highest ROI, the highest return on investment. You know, you have a limited number of hours in the day, probably a limited amount of energy that you want to dedicate to revision every day. So therefore you need to put that where you'll get the biggest return, even if you don't enjoy it, unfortunately. But like I said, you can also do this strategy for topics. So if you order all your topics within your subject based on like difficulty, and then prioritize those. In terms of actually planning what you do day to day, that really helps, is planning backwards. So a lot of people will think, okay, this week I need to do this, so let me just put it there, you know, see how it is. But you don't want to end up, it's like a race, right? It's better, I think, to run faster, and then if you know that your pace is good, then you can see if you can slow down at the end. What you don't want to be doing is going slow, and then you need to start speeding up at the end, and then that gets you feeling a bit like, whew. So I would really recommend doing a method where you plan backwards. So for example, if you know that you have biology paper 1 on this day, and you have 100 flashcards that you want to get done the week before, because then you can prioritize just past papers and questions and things like that. So you would go a week backwards from the exam, and maybe that is 10 days from now. Then each day you do 10 flashcards, and so that means that you get those 100 flashcards done, but you're not rushing, and you know that you have the time to then do the questions afterwards, rather than telling yourself, I'll just do flashcards next week and then I'll see how it is. Like, you know what you're doing and planning, and you know that every day when you wake up, the exact amount of work that you should be doing in order to stay on track for progression to your goals. And again, when you are planning, try to make it as specific as possible. So when you open up your laptop, you know what you should be doing. You're not then wasting time trying to work out what needs to be done. So if you know that you have flashcards to be doing, write down the exact number of flashcards maybe, or the exact topic that you want to do all your flashcards for. Again, if you want to do a past paper, which past paper are you doing and how long will it take, things like that. So you're being specific rather than just putting 1 hour of biology, because your brain likes it when you tell it exactly what to do. It doesn't like uncertainty. I'm wishing you the absolute best of luck. Follow along, subscribe if you found this useful and you'd like to see more videos. More will be incoming, and I hope you have a great day. Love you.